Tatsi, Kahkeokta Tamskat Nawal, Gawits Bimhamutis Gwanitsikasun. My name is Josephine Small. I greet all of you. It is Orange Shirt Day, National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. What I want to bring, the message I want to get across this year is the kids that never came home. As you're watching the videos, you're going to see that there's an empty chair sitting here beside me. And that's to symbolize, to remember the kids that never came home. So we put an empty chair here. There were so many kids that never came home. My uncle, Dr. Wilton Lowchild, did that at the summer games, Elder Games. He had them leave 2 empty lanes open for kids that never got to swim, for kids that never got to live, they never got to be ancestors. They could have been somebody's ancestor, but they never got that chance. So we are remembering them in this way, with the empty chair, that they can come and join us. I did that when the Pope came. I put an empty chair for the ancestors, so the ancestors could come and sit with me and say the words that needed to be said, because a lot of these words are not our words. They're the words of our ancestors. So please remember that there were children that never came home. Hi.
We'll be reading from Jonny Appleseed by Joshua Whitehead. Nobody prepares you for the sting when you're about to leave home. All my life I wanted to leave the res, and every time I was about to, I stopped myself. It hurt. Leaving hurts. It's not glamorous like Julia Roberts makes it seem. I can't eat anything other than fried bologna or click for breakfast. I can't pray to a God that I'm afraid of. And believe it or not, even in the 21st century, 2 brown boys can't fall in love on the res. Sorry, Julia, your rah-rah, we're all the same walkthrough didn't work for me. I'm still me, a brown-skinned boy who loves the X-Men and Jake Bass. One fact I'd learn is that leaving always hurts. Home isn't a space, it's a feeling. You have to feel home, and to feel it, you have to sense it, smell it, taste it, hear it. And it isn't always comfortable. At least not an Indian home. In fact, quite often, it's uncomfortable. But it's home, because the bannock is still browning in the oven, and your kokum is still making tea and eating arrowroot biscuits. It's home because it has to be. Routine satiates those pangs. And given time, it becomes mobile. You can take those rituals with you. Uproot your home as if it were a flower. Yeah, maybe home is like a flower, a sunflower whose big, bright head follows the sun. Or maybe that's too fancy a metaphor for Indians. Maybe we're more like dandelions, a weed that's a pest in the yard but pretty to look at. Yeah, an Indian home is like a dandelion, pretty but disposable, and imbued with a million little seeds that dissolve into wishes for little white hands that pluck. My home is full of hope and ghosts. Reconciliation means understanding the stories of the people who lived on this land for far longer than we ever did. And in order to move forward, we have to understand those stories, as difficult as they might be.